and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and its hail is coming down really heavy here on Oak Bridge today. But it is going to stop us because we don't have much to do. We have moved forward to March. We didn't really have much more to do across the rest of winter. There actually weren't really any contracts left to do across winter. However, we do have these two machines sitting here, and we need to get rid of these. So let's head over into our contract screen, and we can pick up the money for these two completed contracts. So 54,000 for the cultivating and 43,000 for the that was I can't remember what that was. Oh, that was the plowing. Yeah, so cultivating and plowing, it does actually say it there. So let's collect on those two, and we're going to keep the contracts going in the background. Our best contracts today, I think, are going to be, we've got a couple of weeding contracts and we got a couple of hoeing contracts. So I'm going to take the most expensive hoeing contract and borrow the items for that. And I'm also going to take the most expensive weeding contract and borrow the items for that as well. And that should do us pretty nicely, I think, to get started. And then whichever of these is finished first, we'll do the other one of that one. So either the 20 grand weeding or the 15 grand hoeing. And we should be okay to just keep going on that. So let's get these started up. This is the weeding. So the weeding is going on field 17. That is a very big piece of kit for the weeding contract. Wow. Oh, I think that weight is not for this contract. That is for the other contract. Do we have a weight for this one? We do. So we've got a nice Deutz here, and we've got a nice Steyr on the hoe. I think the weeding contract is going to finish first. That is a very big weeder. That is a massive weeder. Right, there we are. Back that up. And all good. So we'll take this out here and bring it around. And we should then just be able to send this off down to the contract. It gets a little bit stuck trying to get out of the shop there, but it then does okay after that. So this one here, create job 17, I think this one was doing. So target position, we will target here like so, and start job. Hopefully that will make its way around there without any issues. Yes, that's off. So then we will hook this up as well. And this is going to field 22. So bring this back around. Hook this up to our front weight. I really, really want manual attach. I keep having to stop myself jumping out and doing that. Connecting things up. There we go. And then, yeah, we can get this out of here and get this starting work as well. So keeping the money rolling in, we're over 120,000. That is all good. Like so. And then let's get that off. So create job. That's not doing follow me. And the other one is, down the bottom here. So yeah, should be able to get to that fairly easily as well. Like so, and start job. Right. That one is off too, and away it goes. Of course it's not that simple. Where has this got stuck? This just got stuck up here. It seems to have driven into the wall. Should see it keep going now. Let's give that a try. Create job. Still done. Start job. Yeah, and that is off again. Lord knows why it ended up in the hedge. Meanwhile, the job that we need to do today is going to be doing some seeding. We want to get all of the oats in. So I'm going to take this with the flatbed down to the shop. We'll see if we can get enough to fill our seeder. Whether that will be enough to do this entire contract, I don't know, or do our entire field, I don't know. I really want to get cracking into the field though, because we do of course only have limited time. So let's bring this around here. How much solid fertilizer have we got? I think that looks like at least 4,000 liters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5,000 liters worth there. So that's great news. So 5,000 liters worth of solid fertilizer. We're going to need some other stuff. This here, this is liquid fertilizer, which we don't have a sprayer for at the moment. We will have to see about that going forwards. I think a liquid fertilizer might be a good thing. And that tractor's stopped again. No indication as to why. Let's give it another try. Create job. Start. That doesn't want to seem to move forward. Doesn't seem to want to move forward. I think it's the size of this. I'm going to get these down to the field, and then we'll continue down to our down to the shop with JCB. I have a feeling this had a problem simply because of the size of the equipment on the back of this. But if we just pull this onto this field here, with enough space for it to unfold it and set it going, there we go. That is all sorted. So down at the shop with this flatbed trailer is going to be so useful to us around here for picking up seeds and generally distributing our products from the bakery. So let's undo that. And then we'll head round to the shop itself and grab ourselves. Well, how much do we need? Let's have a quick look at this. We have our vehicles here. We want the Novag. That takes 7,770. So if I got 5,000 liters of seeds, that should cover us for that. So seeds, I think basically we get slightly more seeds. Yeah, we get slightly more seeds if we buy the pallets. So let's get 5 of those. Perfect. And buy that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's 1,050 liters of seeds. If we buy the pallets, it's just a straight up 1,000 if we buy either of the sets of big bags. So it's ever so slightly cheaper to buy our seeds this way. And with that working that well, that's what we want to do. So on to here, out in the middle, like so. Done a lot of stacking with this JCB the last few days. It's been so useful. We've already got, so we bought this new, and yes, we are using the accelerated time mod, so that instead of the hours on this being real time, the hours on this are game time. But even though we're doing that, it means that we've spent nearly 10 hours in this JCB already. That is an incredible achievement. We do pile the hours on our machines. I think it's a little bit more realistic. We are actually doing those hours in game in them, so I prefer it, but it does mess up some of the calculations. For example, the fuel usage is always high now. We have to refuel the equipment on a regular basis, which is also good, to be honest. It increases our costs a little bit. which is great. The one thing, of course, that it also does is means that we run out in the fields with some of our stuff, with some of our fuel. So there is that. We got some extra costs that we get. It's also why I take contract equipment to do contracts on here, because if I was to use my own equipment, I'm putting a lot of hours and a lot of extra stuff on my equipment. If I use my own equipment for that, whereas the stuff that comes with the contract, that can very nicely have hours put on it, and it comes with fuel, and it actually makes the contracts a little bit more worth it with our increased costs. And by the time we get back up to the farm, the hail's gone as well, so that's fantastic news. We want to bring this around here. And today we're going to get to work with a piece of kit that we've not managed to use on here yet. Although I do need to go and refuel that JCB. It is beeping at me incessantly. Yep, we're going to be getting our Quadtrack out. We got this really cheap. It's got nearly 30 hours on it already, but that's not a big problem. There was another one of these that came up for sale recently, which was at a cracking price as well. 411,000. This one is worth less than that. This is only worth about 300,000. So I didn't switch it out. The other one did have fewer hours on it though. But we're not gonna really have any issues with this hours wise. Right, let's bring this alongside. We are going to be doing oats with it. We will load this up and refill it. I do not know how much seed this is going to take. I have a feeling we've got more seed here than we need, which is fine. Oh wow, not that much more seed than we need. Yeah, it's going to take 4,000 liters nearly. Yeah, 3,650 liters. And now I need to get this trailer out the way because we've got to get some solid fertilizer in as well. We'll pull this around here. We're going to empty this in a minute once we've got the planting done. But we've got all of this fertilizer over here. Not going to take that much more. Actually, I think it's going to take about 3,500 liters because we know that it takes sort of 7,000 liters, over 7,000 liters overall, and we've only got 3,600 liters in the actual thing. So yeah, I'm expecting a few of these to go into here. One of my favorite setups I had for this JCB was on one of my favorite setups I had for this JCB was on Vintage Oats. I had the black JCB with the yellow rims, and it looked absolutely gorgeous. We got the reverse of that here. It still looks gorgeous. I still love this bit of kit. Working very well. And wow, we still have, I think, yeah, we're going to have a little bit more of this go in, but that will be it. I think we're going to be full at that point. Let's grab this. Oh wow, we're in the red with the JCB now as well, so I do need to immediately go refuel this, otherwise it's going to run out. But speaking of which, this should be nice and full at this point, maybe. Getting close to the top. No, it's taken an entire another one. Let's see how close that is to full. That is 98%. I think that will do nicely. Right, let's go refuel this, get it out the way, and then we can start on the seeding. So now that we're in this beast, we need to get this onto the field and work out how is best to plant this. Let's see what this does. So this is giving us sort of this little pink in it. I don't really want to do it that way. So steering assist. Let's see if we go work direction like that. Okay, so that's going to take us a little bit round. I think that might be my best angle. Just looking at the far end, we've got a very slim bit down there. A couple of small bits up here, but yeah, okay, I'm going to go with that. And we'll head down the bottom end of the field. There's a little bit up here that needs doing. So there's a little bit down here that needs doing. We've got our 2 headlands. Let's unfold this. We'll close up the cover. Line this up. Okay. So we've got oats, which is what we want. Down. And away. And yeah, this is a direct seeder. Perfect. When we get to the end of this bit, I kind of want to check whether there's anything to the side of it. So undo that. And are there any lines? I don't know if there are any lines to the side of this. It's very difficult to tell with this. I think we've got the first bit. Yeah, I think we've got the first bit. I think we're good. Right, so lift that. And we'll turn for our second row. I'm liking this. This is a very nice seeder, this. Oh, we might have to do alternate rows with that, though, because that is... No, I think we're all right. I think we're okay. Onward we go. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's not slow, and it's running quite nicely, I think. My big question is, are we going to have to refuel before the end of this field? I think that's probably a yes. I've been keeping a close eye on my fertilizer and seed usage, and yeah, we're going down a little bit faster on the seed than on the fertilizer. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We actually do have a little bit more remaining seed than we do fertilizer if we need to top up, so that's all good. We're both above 90% with them at the moment, so that's not an issue at all, I don't think. Let's lift and turn. I need to give myself enough space to turn. And yeah, it's all sort of going quite nicely. Get into this row here, line up and down. It's going all right, and I'm thinking my rows are doing okay. I've got to be a little bit more careful with a turn like that. I probably need to go a little bit wider and a little bit further out. To begin with, we have 3 headlands on here, so we've got plenty of space. It's just making sure that I use the full amount to make sure that I am properly lined up. There's a lot of field to go, though. It's 12:30. We are only about 7 rows into this, I think. Yeah, there's quite a lot of field to go. So once we've got this planted in, I think what we're going to need to do is get it rolled as well. We need to pick up a roller for that, which won't be too bad, I don't think. There's a few options in here. Let's have a quick look. Rollers. Yeah, there's this Brandt at 27 meters. We've got this Dalbo at 12.3 meters, and we've got these Cambridge rollers here at 9.4. So, yeah, I think that Dalbo is actually going to be the best value for money for us. That is 32,000, and is a good width. Those Brandt are so expensive. And I don't think that would be great for us. And yeah, and lift and round. This is quite good. There's a nice little bit of clearance between the back tracks on this, even when I'm sort of turning at full axis, and the seeder. So that's good news. Down we go again. And yeah, we're good. Looking at the map, I reckon we're probably about a third of the way through the field. We're coming up to the number which normally indicates about halfway through the field, but it's positioned in such a place on here that I can only think that we're about a third of the way through. Really, really pleased with it though. That is going in very nicely. This might be a 2-day job. Yeah, I don't know actually. We've made good progress across here. We might get all of this in today and then get it all rolled tomorrow. That would be absolutely fantastic. In the battle between the two contracts, it looks like the weeding contract is going to take it. That looks like it's going to be finished first. So we can move that on to the next weeding contract, which will be great. And then we'll have to wait for that contract to finish before we can do another hoeing contract. Although, to be honest, I think we can probably get the we can probably return the hoe and get onto a second hoeing contract. The amount of money that we lose by having the equipment, by leasing the equipment, is 779. It's not that much. So yeah, I think we'll probably we'll borrow the items with this, and that second weeding contract actually is worth more money than the second hoeing contract. So that all works out quite well. Weeding and hoeing contracts are such money spinners, and yeah, I'm really pleased when they start showing up like this. I think we might have just about to hit the halfway point through this field, which is it's not too bad actually. I thought it was going to take longer than it is. It still might take a couple of days to get this all done, but yeah, I think looking at the map at roughly where we are, I think we might be around about the halfway point, which is very good news. We've got 70% seed left. We've got 82% fertilizer left. I think this is going to be enough to get all of this field done. At the moment, this is pretty much the only job that we have this tractor on the farm for, is pulling this very large seeder. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, everything else runs basically via our two other tractors. And runs pretty well via our two other tractors. So it's really only this that we've got this seeder for. I think as time goes on, that might expand, especially if we move into having a planter which doesn't direct seed like this does. We'll need a cultivator or a plow to set things up. But as it stands right now, this is the only use for this. Well, you could put this on things like the baler and things like that, but it's a bit overkill. And yeah, that's why we have the New Holland and the David Brown really to handle those lower horsepower jobs, and then this can just pull this, and it does it well. This is just a really good job that this tractor does on this seeder. First contract is completed, so that is the weeding contract. So we'll get this. We won't borrow the items for that. I'm gonna take this tractor. No, yeah, this tractor here on 17. We will cancel that job. We will create a job, and we're gonna create a job over here and start it. Hopefully that will work its way out of that field and over into the new one. Gone 4 in the afternoon, and we've made it quite a way across this field. I am very, very pleased with this actually. I thought we were going to have an issue with this not actually being able to be done today, but with the time we've got and the progress we've made, I actually think we might manage it. It might take a little bit into the evening, but we seem in general to be doing pretty well. So let's lift that there, bring this round and on to the next row. Yeah, I think we're going to get this all in today, which is extremely good news. I was really dreading having to go into a second day on this, but at the moment we're pretty tidy, and we've still got 58% seed and 75% solid fertilizer. So that's all looking really good. Looks like the hoeing contract has finished as well. Yeah. So as that's finished, we are gonna collect that one, and we will head over here and we will borrow the items for that. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't mean I can just redirect the current equipment. We've got to take the new stuff from the shop and get that moving. Having contracts working in the background just seems to be a really good idea on your playthrough. Just having a constant bit of income working behind the scenes as much as possible makes so much sense. I mean, otherwise you're just leaving money on the table, and yeah, I would say you would just want to get it going, especially if you can get them to move between fields like we're doing here. So this one here, create job. Where are you going? You are going up to field 31. So we want to set your start point down the bottom here, and that should have no problem making it to it. I think we've broken the back of this field. It is a good 3/4 done, maybe. Let's have a quick look on here. We head up to this, and we are over here. Yeah, I think we've got about 3/4 of this field done, which means that we are in very good stead. That and bring ourselves around. I've gone too early, I think. Never mind. We'll be all right. Get that onto the right row. Drop down. Yeah, there might be a little bit of cleaning up to do there, but yeah, I think we've broken the back of this field, so I'm very happy about that. It is 5:20, so the day is coming to a close. We've got a weeding contract in progress on field 12. That can continue in tomorrow. We've got a hoeing contract on field 31, which will definitely continue into tomorrow. Yeah, our tractor has made it down there for that, so those two contracts can get going, and we'll finish those off next day. Should think we have about 200,000 in the bank by the end of the day, which is fantastic news. And yeah, we'll finish off getting this seeded. What we'll probably do to start though next time, I think, is get ourselves a roller and start getting what we've already seeded rolled in. That should work fairly well for us, and then we'll be able to pick things up and get this all finished off, have the oats all in, and be nicely set up by the end of March. Going into springtime, we'll have to look at a way of getting some fertilizer on here, because we've only got one thing of fertilizer at the moment, and we're gonna need a second in order to make sure that these oats meet their full potential. For now though, I think we're all done on the farm for today. It's now 22:06, and as a result, I think we're good to get into the next day. For now though, I'll leave this here, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.